Hey guys, Jacob here. It is May 17th, 2022. This is going to be this week's vendor reset. This week, they're selling the Alp Summit Armaments Backpack. This is the percussive maintenance with perfect tech support if you guys need that, which will cost you 15,000 credits. The next item I'm going to point out is going to be this Walker Harris chest piece. For one, it has almost max critical hit damage, almost max critical hit chance, and has weapon damage, and you can get rid of empathetic resolve and put something else on here. And in my opinion, this is really worth picking up because you can optimize just the weapon damage and then just cap off the critical hit chance and critical hit damage, and boom, you have a triple stat chest piece for Walker Harris. Next is going to be the clan vendor. If you guys just take a right here and go under the helipad and go to the double doors right here, you will see clan quarters. Take a left here, shout out to DOD and Kamikaze Von Doom. And this is the vendor right here. This week they're selling Ekub's long stick. This is pretty much average rolls on it, but this is the named item they're selling this week if you guys are trying to collect all the named items. They're also selling max marksman rifle damage if you guys need that, and also max LMG damage if you guys are trying to make an LMG damage build. But other than that, they are selling max hazard if you guys need that for your holsters, but that's really going to be about it. I know some people are asking me about mods, and the one mod I am going to point out is going to be the pulse resistant mods. Yes, they are selling pulse resistant mods, so if you guys are trying to make a pulse resistant build, you can go ahead and just buy these. I'm actually going to buy a few of them right here while I got some money. But they will cost you 4,000 credits a pop, so make sure you guys grab these. And they are 8.7. They're not max, but if you guys need them, I would recommend grabbing them, especially if you're having trouble trying to farm for them. Next is going to be the theater settlement, and that's going to be on the right side of the map. Usually I put a cut here, but due to how fast the Xbox Series X is, it loads you in pretty damn quickly and throws you pretty much right in front of the vendor in like 10 seconds. But this is the theater settlement vendor. This week he's selling the firm handshake. These are the Sokolov concern gloves if you guys are trying to get the 15% status effect from these. And they will cost you 15,000 credits though, so keep that in mind. But other than that, that's really going to be about it for the theater settlement. Next up is going to be the campus settlement. That's going to be located on the left side of the map, right next to Downtown West. And this is going to be the last vendor that's going to be on the list for at least normal vendors. Then we'll go to the Dark Zone vendors, which will be the next vendors on the list.
Hello.
This is the campus vendor. This week she's selling the new Reliable. This has the perfect optimize on it for weapon handling. I'm also going to point out the new Uzinni Getica holster if you guys are trying to find that. They are selling this on the new brand sets that was added, which will give you total armor, armor on kill, and hazard. That's going to be about it for the campus settlement. And then now we're going to go to the Dark Zones. If you are new, you will have to get a different type of resource or currency, that is, to buy items from this shop. And that's going to be DZ resources. You can get those by deconstructing gear and extracting them at your extraction points in the Dark Zone. But be careful, they can be stolen by other players if you're killed and you die on the ground. They don't go right to your inventory. You also can open little tiny boxes scattered on the DZ, which will give you one resource per opening. But if you just collect a bunch of gear, deconstruct it, and extract non-stop, then you can get these resources pretty quickly. This week, they're selling the Rock and Roll. If you guys are going to have this, I would highly recommend picking it up because, for one, I don't see it that often for sale in the vendors. This is one item, kind of like the Black Friday, I don't see pop up that often. The apartment pops up here and there, but the Rock and Roll, the Black Friday, and the apartment are some guns I know a lot of you guys are still trying to get. So it's for sale here for 152 credits. So if you've been saving your credits and not blowing them on, dumb stuff like mods or gear that's really not worth it, then you guys should have some. But other than that, that's going to be about it for DZ West. But like I said, if you want anything from those vendors, you'll have to go and farm for the resources in the DZ so you can buy stuff from them. Next is going to be DZ South, which is located... Next is going to be DZ South, which is at the very bottom of the map.
Looking to make a deal.
And this week they're selling the Bellstone Armory. This is the Liquid Engineer if you guys are looking for a triple blue with perfect Bloodsucker. They're also selling max damaged armor on ARs and also max critical hit damage if you guys need that for vests. So if you're new, trying to buy a few things, you could use these to your advantage, especially if you're looking for max rolls like AR and critical hit damage if you're trying to find it. But due to Countdown being out, I've seen so many max drops. It's insane. People just picking them up and having max stats just like that pretty easily. Next is going to be DZ East, which is going to be the final Dark Zone on the list, which is going to be on the right side of the map. Which also takes the longest to run to, especially if you go to the main door right here. just run all the way down here. It looks like it's kind of foggy today over here, so you'll see the DZ East checkpoint right here. And then she's right over here on the right. And this week she is selling the Commando. This is the named SVD with Perfectly Naked, which is hitting an enemy with no armor, grants 50% headshot damage for 8 seconds. I'm going to scroll to the rest of the items in case you guys need them. But really, that's going to be about it for the Dark Zones. The final stop on the list is going to be New York City, which is going to be right here, which is Haven. And keep this in mind, there are only 2 vendors at the New York City, Haven. I'm not sure why they never added more at some of the safe houses, kind of like Division 1 had, but who really knows at this point? We still have 2 vendors, but it is what it is. They also don't sell any named items, so keep that in mind. But the one gun I'm going to point out, especially for the new update, is the G36C right here, which is Flatline. It applies weapon damage by 15% to pulse enemies. After 3 kills, applies pulse to the next enemy you hit. So if you guys do not have the new Flatline talent, now is the chance to get it, especially if you're new. I know we have a lot of new people hopping in here and playing the new update. And if you're a veteran, like I've been playing this game forever, and you want the new talent without having to craft weapons or just constantly farm for an AR that has it, you guys can go to the vendor right now in New York City and buy this and get it just like that. As for the rest of the items, nothing really worth picking up in my opinion, unless you guys really need it. But that's really going to be about it for that vendor there. And if you take it right here, go through the green tent, this is the last vendor, and they are right here, which is going to be Roy Benitez. And this week, he's pretty much selling your basic gear. He is selling max headshot damage for pistols if you guys need that. But really, that's pretty much going to be about it. Thanks all for watching. Make sure you guys subscribe for more Division 2 content, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.